We've got the overworked dad, the pure logic dad, the dad with a hobby, all sorts of dads. And in this video, I'll share a few ideas for gifts for 5 types of dads they'll actually use. Let's kick things off with a few everyday carry gifts, since no matter what, if something actually gets used or carried every day, it's automatically a great gift. First is an incredible key solution in Alpaca's entire hub system, but if I were getting one item from the hub ecosystem, to me it'd undoubtedly be the hub carabiner. Keys are still part of most people's everyday carries, and right off the bat, this right here is the foundation of the hub system. With a firm pull to release, add, and a very resistant and confident click back in means that keys are anchored with no fear of breaking free. But it's this strong magnetic fidlock attachment that makes this so awesome. I mean, the hub carabiner means that belt loops, lanyards inside slings, exterior anchor points on work bags, no matter what the daily carry habits are, the carabiner can clip onto anything, all with the convenience of not needing to unclip the whole assembly when it's time to unlock something. Pull to use, then confidently and very securely snaps back when done. Best of all, if it makes sense, the entire system can be built out. If you've been with me for a bit, you know that the front door of my apartment has had this hub rail for a few years now. It's the perfect solution to minimize pocket bulk and weight, since 90% of the time, this is all I need. But I've got my sister's house keys here in case she needs me to drop by when she's out of town. I've got my own storage locker keys down in the basement of my apartment since I really only go there once or twice a year. And I even have my big grocery bag, so it's always at the entrance of my apartment. But again, this separate hub carabiner by itself is an awesome standalone piece. And like everything else that we'll chop up, you can find it linked down in the description in case you want to do a bit more research for yourself. Next in EDC, you may have noticed this on my primary keychain, which is my next gift idea. I used to recommend the Victorinox Huntsman, and although I still think literally every human being should consider having one at home, for keys it's a bit too bulky for my liking. Now my reco as one of the perfect EDC tools for the masses is the Victorinox Classic Colors. Tiny blade for packaging, tiny scissors for those loose threads or envelopes, and a tiny file and flathead screwdriver combo, plus the very useful toothpick and tweezers, not to mention, given the name, available in tons of colors. And hey, if your budget allows, getting both of these just makes such a functional, actually useful gift that are designed to pair together. The next type of dad is the dad with a hobby. And given that hobbies range all over the place, one thing we all know from our own experience is that unless the person gifting is also deep in the same hobby as us, the likelihood of them getting something we genuinely want at any given time is slim to none. However, hobbies are inherently sacred to each person, and one thing that's always welcomed are storage solutions that are protective yet beautiful enough to be worthy of dad's hobby. The no-brainers, in my opinion, are Toyo or Trustco toolboxes for 2 specific reasons. Reason 1, both of these made-in-Japan options have so many different sizes and form factors. So whether it's smaller stackable options like this Toyo or classic vintage roof-shaped options like this Trustco one, there's something very suitable for virtually any hobby. Reason 2, smooth, flat surfaces, and specifically, I don't know if women also suffer from this, but one thing that's pretty ubiquitous with any hobby I'm into as a man is that almost every purchase comes with stickers I absolutely love. But then I get way too much anxiety deciding where to put them, so they all end up in a storage bin. But with such a fantastic looking case specifically for any given hobby, the stickers can finally have a patchwork home on a case that's made to last a lifetime. Of course, steel boxes may not be right for your dad's hobby, but storage, display, and protection are always welcome. So whether it's this home and Hatfield combo deck for dad's favorite watches or pocket knives, complete with both an accessory drawer and protective display window, or this lovely waxed canvas microfiber lined pen pouch if your dad's into stationery, beautiful storage for anyone's favorite items is a winning gift. The next type of dad is the serious dad who needs a bit of joy in their life. I don't know a single adult man who doesn't like the idea of a remote control car. This absolutely tiny 1/43 scale crawler by LD Arc is so small yet so robust. With a metal frame, even metal rims and bumper grille, grippy tires, true pro grade build. I mean, look. Drive lines and 4-link suspension. Awesome. Again, with the size, it's truly suitable for at-home play. I mean, anytime there's a mess on a table, that's the perfect opportunity to break this out and navigate the obstacles. And just look at this thing go. Up the beer bomb, onto the notebook, controlling the throttle, over the pens, onto the knife. Just look at that suspension. Up and over the wallet, balancing onto the G-shocks. Okay, this is getting too much fun. I gotta stop. Point is, crawlers are inherently low speed, where the fun is in control and navigating over terrain. And at less than 150 bucks, ridiculous value as far as the RC world is concerned. Next type of dad, we've got the dad who really values his alone time. And for him, I've got 2 suggestions. One for consumption and one for creation. On the consumption end, it's super quick and it'll either make 100% sense or 0% sense for your dad. And it's an e-reader. This Kindle Signature Paperwhite is one of the best gifts I've received this past year, specifically because unlike a phone or tablet, it genuinely feels like you're reading a paper book, so no stinging blue light. That was a gift idea for content consumption, but for creation, I recommend this 3-part gift. A large sketchbook, a box of black pens or thin felt tip markers, and this book, How to Draw. Almost everyone I know wishes they could get their ideas onto paper effectively and visually, and this book can give dad an entire year to spend just 15 minutes a day of alone time to go from clueless to being able to do some serious industrial design drawing. And being able to draw will help any human in any career, creative or not, to be able to quickly convey their ideas effectively. The last type of dad in this video is a dad who spends without question on the family, but would never dream of getting anything nice for himself. If this sounds like your dad, you probably already know what would make him ecstatic. But if you don't have a strong idea, I think an unpretentious, versatile, but ridiculously high-quality mechanical watch is a great bet. If I was forced to make a decision without knowing anything about your dad, my first choice would be a Hamilton khaki field. With such rich heritage as a military watch since back in World War I, then later being acquired, moving from its original home of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But beyond the lore, the khaki field mechanical is such an ideal everyday watch. With a case size of 38mm and a thickness of just 9.5mm, the proportions are great for virtually any sized wrist. It isn't obnoxious, it doesn't scream luxury, and yet for those who truly know watches, unanimously give it the nod. High contrast, super legible dial at a glance, zero unnecessary markings, to be wound up every few days with the 80-hour power reserve in this H50 movement. Again, you obviously know your dad better than me, but for the dad who gives and sacrifices for his family while never treating himself, a watch is where I would start. And this $600 to $700 piece is an attainable slice of luxury if finances allow. However, before spending a penny on any physical gift, your own time is probably by far the best gift you can give him, if even through an afternoon of conversation. I wish my pops was still around, and if I could have a few hours with him, these are some prompts I would use. But this type of bonding is ultimately in the name of bearing witness to him and his life, while simultaneously and selfishly demystifying the man I realized too late I never truly got to know. Going back to my own prompts list, I think this is a fascinating question. What do you worry most about me? You see, for those of us who are lucky enough to have parents who genuinely care about us, the true burdensome side effect of genuine care is worry. And so if we can learn what dad worries most about us, we can take the steps to gradually demonstrate that there's no need to worry anymore. And removing worry has got to be the literal best lasting gift we can give anyone who loves us. But enough of this weird sentimental stuff. If you have given an awesome gift, or if you've received an awesome gift, be sure to comment it down below so everyone can benefit from your ideas. If you're interested in the 3 biggest life lessons I learned after my father was killed, lessons I think could benefit anyone, you will definitely want to watch this video right up here. If that topic is too heavy though, this video down here is the one for you. I'll leave them both on screen for a few seconds so you can choose which one to watch next, but while you're deciding, consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you'll be notified the moment new videos just like this one drop.